What's up, sexy people? I'm TM Gallows, but you can call me Gallows, and this is part 4 of my art tour. So let's get started. What if your favorite cereal was made of glass? Sometimes it feels like it is. This one is called Bloodberry Crunch. Don't you just love the way that blood sparkles? That's what this one's called, Blood Sparkles. It's sort of a pop art manga mix style. Did kind of these uh spikes coming off of her, the hair spiked, the blood sparkles spiked. All very pointy. This one's a little different. She's a little more realistic than the normal anime monster girls I do. The title of this one is Kill 'Em with Love. I think her eyes turned out really cool and made them huge. Tried to make them be the focal point. I think this is the first time I did tears of blood. Sometimes you just gotta cry some blood. Are we having fun yet? The party clown that's obsessed with having fun. Not a party I would like to stay at for too long. How to get to Slaughter Street. Basically, this is just... I had a thought of what a demented Sesame Street would look like, and this would be the first episode. This one is called Hold My Hand. You know when you're just walking through a hospital at 4 in the morning and all the lights are out? Maybe it's an abandoned hospital. And you come upon this small child who can't remember what room she was in. And she asks you to take her hand and help her find her way back to her room. Your cookies are melting. So this one started out, I was just drawing a cookie on this weird brown paper. And then it just sort of morphed into this creepy cookie man wearing a bunny mask. As things do. I smell you. No matter where you go, I'll smell you. This one is called Remembering the Scent. The creepiest classmate in your class, assigned to sit behind you. This one is called Breathing Down Your Neck. When that girl who might have a crush on you, or might also just want to chew the back of your neck off, gets assigned to sit behind you. On this one, I used some cool stenciled and did some spray paint. Kind of a cool modern art look to it. And then she's obviously inspired by, Japanese horror. Happy birthday to you. This one is called Cake. I was just having my birthday, I think about a year ago, and thought a blood-filled cake would be funny. So I ended up drawing it. So this is kind of a self-portrait of me scarfing down a blood-filled cake. Blind taste test. I just had the idea of somebody doing a blind taste test, but they are blind. They have no eyes. And in pure TM Gallows fashion, whatever she was eating was quite bloody and disgusting. But she is still into it, as you can see. 10 out of 10. He nibbles a lot. Sometimes he nibbles too much that he ends up biting you real good. This one's called He Nibbles. This little guy is called Time to Smile. One of my smaller works. It's 4x6. I like his candy cane nose a lot. Also, fun fact, I drew the back with a Copic marker, Copic red, and halfway across this way, the marker just died, ran out, had to throw it away. And then I had to order another marker same color, and wait 2 days before I could finish the rest of the background. So that was fun. Don't eat the bad candy. This one is called Bad Candy, and it basically is depicting someone who ate a bunch of psychotic inducing candy. I love drawing her feet. That was fun. And then these are like wings, but sometimes when I look at them, it almost looks like maybe a spider is starting to emerge out of her back. Who knows? Who knows? Ah, sorry. This one is called Sugar Spit. Have you ever just eaten so much candy that your spit gets super thick and turns into sugar spit? Almost so bad that you can't breathe and you're going to choke on it. That's what's happening to this guy. He's had one too many candies. Almost, I mean, if from a dental perspective, he has no teeth, so he's eaten way too much candy. I mean, at this point, this is out of control. He has a candy problem. The guy just needs to stop. Fluffy screeching. This one was inspired by a story that one of my friends told me where he was walking to school and saw a hawk flying overhead with a rabbit in hand. And the hawk decided to be funny, or just, a good troll, to drop the rabbit from high up right in front of my friend as a little kid. He said he can still remember the thud the rabbit made and the horrible screaming that it was constantly making. So bad that he couldn't get it out of his head. So, naturally, I decided to draw the rabbit. You guys remember that game called Cat's Cradle? The string game when you were in school? Probably did it. Well, that's what this one came from. I was having a lot of fun drawing Spittle and blood, and I started drawing her and thought, how much fun would it be to do a little cat's cradle with her bloody spit? So that's how that ended up happening here. This one is called Spittle Cradle. White walls and beeping beds. That's what I think about when I have to stay overnight at the hospital. I think the hospital is pretty terrible. So a lot of my art you'll see depict people in a hospital. But as you can tell, this guy really wants to get his release forms. This one is called Photobomb. Have you ever just been taking selfies for the gram and you look back at your photos and end up noticing you got photobombed by a demon? I mean, it happens to everyone, right? Right? This oldie but a goodie. It's called The Dream Thief. This is legit one of my earlier works from, I don't know, 2017. But basically, The Dream Thief captures your good dreams and gives you nightmares. And instead of dream catchers, he has these little things, these little swirls that suck up your good dreams. Ah, this fun guy. It's called I'm Sticky for You. Just a dark figure that sits in your bedroom every night and watches you. Ah, yes, some healthy meat. This one is called Healthy Meat. It's depicting a creepy cannibal meat man wearing a happy trust me mask. Boing, boing. This is just a bunny man boinging around, eating things. Kind of looks like he's ate something nasty. It's titled Boing Boing. One of my older pieces. I think this might even be one of my early on bunnies. This one is just called Noise, but that's just basically what it feels and looks like. A whole lot of noise. Just a very chaotic bunny skull, detached jaw going on here with the spinal column in the back. Yeah, this one's just pretty chaotic. It was fun to make, still fun to look at. This one titled Let the Stress Melt Away. But in reality, I think what we do is let the stress melt us away. This one depicts the feeling of frustration and stress in our lives. Chomp and Nah. That's what this one is called. Down here is Japanese for nah or bite. This one, I was thinking about, when you're just eating fries, you're eating a whole bunch of fries and you're just starving and you end up biting your own finger. I'm sure that's happened to somebody, maybe just me. But yeah, what if you ended up biting your own finger off? So, fun stuff. Entertain me. The reverse role of a jester. This jester wants you to entertain him. And you better start being funny. This one is old. 2019. I didn't draw on black paper very much, and I still haven't really ever gone back to it. But this is one of the few that I did on black paper. It's titled Party Never Ends. Eat Your Neighbors. This one kind of had like a Dennis the Menace vibe. Like if you had a creepy, horrible neighborhood kid that just went around eating all of the neighbors. Oh, sir, it seems I've made a mess. Cannibal maids are very messy, not as helpful as you'd like. This one is called Seems I've Made a Mess. All right, it's time for another not safe for work piece. This one is titled Bloody Beach Episode. So, if any of you watch or read manga and anime, you'll know that it's kind of a running joke that in every series they always like to have a beach episode where they can show the characters in their swimsuits. So, that's kind of just a reference to this. Just one of these, one of my cute undead zombie girls having fun at the beach. Oh, hello there, Mr. Heartfelt. Always trying to win over the girls, I see. This one is depicting my good friend, Mr. Heartfelt, a hopeless romantic who could never seem to find the right one. Teacher, stop biting us. Just imagine a teacher either possessed or turned by zombie virus, and her students have to tie her up. That's kind of the backstory on this one. And she keeps trying to bite. And I kind of like to imagine that you want to put that in her mouth, but just can't do it because she's too busy gnawing and biting at you. For anyone who played Left 4 Dead, you'll recognize her. This one's called Crowned. I'm a pretty big gamer. Not a lot of people know that, but one of my favorite games of all time is Left 4 Dead. So this is kind of just inspired by that. This is the witch and my little rendition of her. This one is called Hearts. When you get turned into a monster on picture day, but you still go anyway. Yeah, this one was fun. I kind of did like really sharp teeth on this one. Typically, I just do big smiley teeth. Um, I really like how sticky this one looks. Turned out pretty good, and her hair turned out really cool. I tried a different kind of brush stroke with my one of my pen markers I was using. Ring around the Rosie. This one is inspired by the Black Plague. It's called Ring Around the Rosie. And in my imagination, I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny if somebody who was sick was playing Ring Around the Rosie, singing that song while being horribly disfigured and sick from the plague? So I drew that. And to wrap it all up, one of my more favorite not safe for work pieces. This one is called Slays Together, Stays Together. The idea behind this one is basically just a cute monster couple having their family portrait painted or taken. old-timey style. Alright, creeps, there you have it. That is all of my art currently available in my store. If you like any of it, check out my Etsy, it's all there. And don't forget, if you liked the video, to like and subscribe, throw a comment in the bottom. And until next time, stay creepy. Big hellish thanks to all my patrons. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep the nightmares going and the art flowing.